Welcome back to The Boys. We have done some insane haunted investigations in our time. Ah! Eddie, we're doing the intro, dude.
Do you want to do it?
Oh, Dios
Yeah, I
mío.
think he wants to do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dios mío, had a baby. Okay, Eddie's not here. We have a cardboard Eddie. I had just fooled, I know. But yeah, Eddie couldn't be here because he just had a baby!
I haven't met, I don't know if it's real. I don't actually believe he's had a baby, but
Oh yeah.
he might have had a baby. I think he had a baby. So he can't be here today.
The baby's ruined everything.
They always do, dude. But today we are going to be going over the scariest, most unexplainable, haunted things that have ever happened during an investigation.
We've done a lot now.
We've done a lot, and we're gonna go over the top 5 of all time. But boys, we've gone to some pretty crazy places.
And we always do our best, I feel like, to investigate and be skeptical. But these are moments that we just don't really have an explanation. It was just too weird. Including one, which I think personally is the most convincing actual figure slash spirit, ghost, whatever you want to call it, caught on film.
Oh yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, when we actually caught a ghost on camera.
Before we get into the fun, just got a quick message from our sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp gets you connected with a licensed therapist who can help you better understand yourself and talk you through your experiences and emotions to help you grow as a person and break bad habits.
Here at The Boys, we've all used BetterHelp to guide us through difficult times. And we know that the beginning of the year can be the most difficult part of the year to deal with. Whether it's your experience of the holidays getting you down, or maybe you're just putting intense pressure on yourself to not fall behind with the New Year's resolutions. It can be tough on all of us.
So personally, I feel like a lot of people set goals for New Year's that are hard to keep up with, and I'm guilty of that myself, and therapy has helped me kind of like guide through that and almost pull me out of a negative headspace that otherwise I was having a hard time pulling myself out of.
You can chat with your therapist however you want, over video, phone, or messaging. And if the first one isn't working for you, or maybe just doesn't feel like the right fit, you can easily switch until you find the right therapist for you.
If you're processing a lot of complex emotions right now, or you just think that you could benefit from therapy and BetterHelp, go to betterhelp.com/theboys. You will get 10% off of your first month of therapy. And thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring the video and helping people through their mental health journeys. Back to the video.
Back to the video, boys.
We gotta go!
We're filming today in my dad's man cave, known as the Half Yard Bar. And this is the bar.
Eddie, get out of the way. Get out of the way, Eddie.
This is a skull of the guy who built the house.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is Josh's mum.
As you can see, half your
Josh's mum's over there.
Josh's mum.
She's making sure we don't steal anything.
But yeah, there's all kinds of weird, interesting things that Dad has.
He just shot arrows into the wall.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Video number 1, The Boys Overnight at the Conjuring House.
I feel like the Conjuring House had a lot of stuff that made us really believe.
Yeah.
There's like multiple things that happened that were like, this place is actually kind of crazy.
There was a lot of moments in this video, but we could only pick one. And this is the time where Juicy was in the Estes method and we were upstairs and we were talking about baseball. I don't know if you remember that.
Should we watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's watch it. Don't hurt me.
Oh no, we won't hurt you, Henry.
We're not here to hurt you. We're friendly.
Yeah.
Don't hurt me!
If you wanna mess with the light, you totally can.
Don't touch me.
We won't.
So this was just real quick. We were upstairs in the Conjuring House. And we'd been told that there was children's spirits that were up there, and we'd gone through a bunch of different Estes methods, and we'd had some. So this was where the coincidences started getting really weird.
Yeah.
Started counting the amount of people in the
Yeah.
in the room.
As well as the when we were in there, they said that the spirit ghost would always like roll a baseball,
ball, yeah,
roll
yeah.
a ball across the floor all the time.
Yeah.
And just real quick, if you're not up to date on this kind of stuff, the Estes method is when we use like it's called a spirit box, and
One if you want to show anything.
oh yeah, is there one here?
So this is the spirit rectangle right here, also called the spirit box. Basically, you turn this little guy on, you put headphones on, and it sweeps like radio frequencies,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, and you can set the speed that you want it to do it at, and you can do it reverse forward. It's pretty cool.
Basically, the idea of it is that spirits are thought to speak through electromagnetic pulses and stuff like that. A lot of ghost hunting equipment is based around electro phenomena and stuff. And between the changing of the stations, you're supposed to be able to hear things coming through. And you do hear things. And I'm not talking about stuff like Taylor Swift. Actual words come through in between the stations. So Juicy here, we're in a pitch black room, and he's wearing noise cancelling headphones. So he can't hear the questions that we're asking. So he's not responding directly to us. He's just saying whatever he thinks that he hears.
And I think also what we do differently to other people is we record what the headphones hear and upload the raw footage to members.
Yeah, because without that, I mean, honestly, you could just say anything,
you could
dude.
say
By actually uploading what you're hearing through this, you can kind of confirm it, which is cool. And I feel like doing the blindfold as well helps because even with the headphones, you
nothing
can
to work
say
off of.
stuff off of reactions.
Well, also like, you know, there could be someone you're looking at who's mouthing words.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it is very important to note this is one of the videos we didn't use blindfold though, but we were in complete darkness.
Yeah. So that's just a little background on the stuff that was happening. So up until this point in the night, not really much stuff had happened. I don't
Yeah,
feel like.
no, we were just starting off.
Yeah, we'd done a couple things. We were kind of being silly a little bit, and this is kind of where things started getting a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Did something happen to you in this room?
The end.
Did something happen to you? And he says in this room. He says the end.
Henry, did you die in this room?
He didn't do that.
Give us a sign you're in the room with us.
Don't interrupt.
Oh. Okay.
It's one of my favorite ghost replies. When they're like, stop.
Also, real quick, we walked into the room and we sat down and we started this immediately, from what I remember.
No, that's exactly, that's
Yeah.
almost always what we do.
And we didn't like look around, we didn't search through stuff or anything like that. We just sat down and away it went.
Yep.
I'm here.
You're here. Okay. Can you show us a sign that you're here? Can go near the closet, perhaps, or is there something you want to tell us?
Mully. That's always the
our
weirdest,
friend
dude.
Mully.
When you get someone's name.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit still gives me goosebumps,
Say your
man.
name?
Molly talked to him.
Are you okay?
Arm.
Yeah. He hurt his arm, but it's getting better.
Oh yeah, this is Molly's arm was broken.
This was right after I broke my collarbone, filming a different video, and then
You had
when
a sling.
I had my arm slinged up. Yeah. So that was like when the coincidences started to happen, right? That's when shit starts getting weird because they say shit.
I say Molly, and then bring up your arm, which is
arm.
broken.
Yeah.
Are you trying to take something in this room?
Lots.
You want to take lots from this room?
I think it's very important to note at that point that the caretakers of the Conjuring House did say that when tourists come through, they were taking things. Taking things and moving them.
Because they had a lot
or-
of toys in the room. So like random little ones like cars and balls and.
One of their main rules was like, don't touch the
mean-
offerings, don't do it.
Yeah.
It's just people take them all the time.
Because yeah, of course, like people come in and they're like, "Oh, I'm at the Conjuring House. I'm gonna take something from it,
Yeah.
and put it on my shelf or whatever, you know."
That's how Dad got half the shit in this room, let's be honest.
From haunted houses, we could probably do a whole investigation
In this room.
just in the half yard.
Probably
Right
tweak
here.
it with an EMF reader.
I'm glad they're not doing that anymore. Oh, how did you die, Jeff?
TVs.
TV's going nuts.
What happened?
My stuff
So this is the first reference to his thing.
Yeah.
in there.
Another reference to
The room top. The room top. So this room that we were in is the middle top floor room. In there also kind of alludes to what we're gonna get to here in a second.
Yeah.
Also, earlier on, you'd already said closet
Yeah.
as well. So in the moment, Juicy is sitting with his back to a closet. We didn't know that at the time.
We didn't know it was a closet because it's like
It's just a door.
it's kind of just a. I don't even think it was a door. It was like cut into the wall.
Yeah, it's like a room behind the wall.
We didn't know that at the stage.
No, we didn't know it was there.
We hadn't explored this room yet.
So they had said that like the energy in the house was strongest like in the library straight up and almost like a column. And that room was the room above the library
Yeah.
where supposedly the strongest energy is.
It is also interesting that the basement is right under the library.
Which is right underneath the top floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eddie, what do you think about this?
And it's kind of spooky, you know? Dios mío.
Wow. Yeah, it's big spooky, huh? It's pretty spooky.
Let's continue.
Oh, okay, thanks.
I don't like cardboard, Eddie.
Sad.
You don't have to be sad, Jeff. Are you okay? Do you feel okay?
Fright.
Fright.
I'd be scared too if I was a kid ghost.
Baseball.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah. the worst part and the best part about being in the Estes method and saying the words is when you're actually saying them, I actually feel like I'm just
Wasting everyone's time.
like when it said baseball, you can see it on my face.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, because at this point I didn't even know if I said anything that was relevant, and now I'm talking about f***ing baseball. Are you kidding me? We're in the Conjuring house and I'm saying baseball. That's insane.
You can see in your face right there, dude.
Because I'm like, this is f***ing stupid, dude. I'm like, I'm not making any sense.
You always end the Estes and then you look around and you say,
everyone's
did I make any sense? Because when it's coming through, it's like you're just saying random, totally random things.
Yeah.
It's almost like you consider like not saying it because it makes no sense.
I think we've also all had those moments where we've taken it off and everyone's just like,
Oh, dude, holy shit. Cardboard A just freaked me out. I saw him over my shoulder.
He needs to see.
he needs to see.
So baseball. I always tell people about this moment when they ask me about freaky
crazy.
moments. This is one of my favorite ones.
Is there a baseball you want us to find, Jeff? We'll find it.
In the attic.
In the attic?
The baseball's in the attic.
All right, well, let's turn the lights on, take a break for a second, see if we can find a baseball.
So after saying baseball and talking about like toys, everyone, I guess, decided while I was in the Estes method, like, let's turn on the lights and look for something.
Also, the lady on the tour said he likes to roll balls around.
Yeah.
So we were just looking for an actual baseball.
Yeah, 100%.
But what we found, actually, it's what you found. You're the one who discovered it.
I found the baseball.
No, keep playing.
Oh, we went to the room to the right first. We're just looking around the house at this stage.
This was the nail room, where if you jump, you become a part of the room forever.
We just started searching all over the house for a baseball.
Something that's Red Sox.
No, there it was, right there, Red Sox.
It doesn't show us walking in there really, but this is the room that you had your back to.
Yeah, so,
This is the closet.
I think there was 2 doors, actually. It was one on either side.
yeah, there was. Here's what the door looked like where it was. And I don't even think it's the first place we looked.
No.
'Cause we didn't really, I feel like nobody mentally registered that door. But no, we'd never been in that closet, and I don't feel like anyone really noticed the closet initially.
Not
Because
really.
we looked in other places first.
We put like a cat ball near it, and we're like,
That's the one in the hallway past the stairs.
This is a totally different room. So we'd started just fanning out and searching all over.
Yeah.
Looking for a ball. Like, I was expecting to find a ball under a table.
Now this place that we do find this in is in the room directly behind the bed in the kids' room. In the closet.
in the closet that was mentioned on the thing.
Yep.
Which we just thought was a random word that you were spitting out. This is in the
This is
closet.
also something that's Red Sox. Baseball.
Oh my gosh, there it is.
Look.
Maybe he just wants to use a baseball.
Dude.
First of all, what are the odds we find that? Second of all, I f***ing hate how scripted this looks.
I remember you saying at the time,
Like from a person's point of view watching this, it feels like we said the thing and then we found the
It looks like we just bought Red Sox merch. and put it in the
we
closet.
had no idea. Absolutely zero, and it f***ing annoys me to this day that this is one of the greatest moments we've ever captured, and it's the most scripted looking.
If I saw this in a YouTube video, I'd be like, yeah, f***ing right, bro. Like,
that's the hard part about like ghost videos of this kind of nature, of anything like that, is like if something like this happens, that's like jaw-dropping actual.
there's some stuff that's like easy to believe is kind of paranormal-ish, like when like lights turn off when you command them or stuff like that. F***ing Red Sox merch, baseball, like.
You say baseball, and then we just happen to find a f***ing thing that's baseball memorabilia.
There's heaps of baseball stuff in there too.
Oh yeah.
And when you think about the coincidence, you know, you're basically Hook and Juicy up to a random word generator.
Yeah.
He says 15 words, you know. Half of those things is baseball. We open the closet, there's 3 things in there, and 2 of them are like a giant baseball thing.
Memorabilia.
So when you put that together, it's really kind of, that's where the unexplainable part comes.
100%. So after this video, we actually started recording the Estes because we had stuff like this where it's like, that just doesn't.
Yeah, we had to let everyone know. Like we had to find
Just to
a way
let you know that we're not full of shit. Like, actually heard these words. And I think that's something that we do that a lot of people watch it. You need
stepping up.
So we started filming and recording the Estes method raw because this just looked.
Because of this moment. It was just an unexplainable moment. I don't really have an explanation for it, and even thought
The coincidence is insane.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's an insane coincidence. And there you go. That was, I think that was definitely a highlight.
That was definitely a highlight.
For me, at least.
That was number 5. We're gonna be moving up the scale. I'd say that was still a crazy one though. Number 4 on the list is, I think, the most scared I've ever been, almost, in any haunted investigation.
Yeah.
Where was this?
This was the Haunted Hill House.
Oh, the recent one.
Yes, in Mineral Wells, Texas, and this was specifically upstairs in the kids' room. Now, the bad thing about this room was that a lot of these kids had just been murdered. So, like, one of the kids specifically was found dead behind the chimney, right behind the room.
Well, also the Haunted Hill House back in the day was a brothel, and the kids.
They hide the kids up there in the attic.
They used to hide the kids in the attic while the mums were earning bread, so they didn't see what was going on.
We really need better accommodations for our trips.
Yeah.
Because they keep just like very spooky.
So me and Eddie went up to the kids' room to read some stories.
At this part of the night, we all split up. We each took a camera. I went in a room by myself. You went in a room by yourself.
Yep.
You went in a room by yourself, and then Juicy and Eddie went into this specific room.
Joshua's room.
Not my room.
Not his room.
different Josh.
A different Josh.
Dead Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the staircase leading up to the second floor where that room is, and we have what we have coined as either the Pride lamp or the Gaydar. It's an EMF reader that kind of just measures with colors. It's pretty cool. We put it on the stairs leading up to the second floor where Josh's room was.
You were also using that EMF reader.
Yeah. So this bad boy is a REM pod, and it's right next to it. You can see there on the staircase. This is a proximity sensor. So when something breaks the electromagnetic field around it, it beeps. It's probably my favorite item because it's not EMF. It's kind of like a physical
And it's very reliable too.
Yeah. We've had whole investigations where this doesn't go off one time, or maybe it had one little beep. That's it. So it's very reliable, very, very cool.
And this you can see from like how close it is to the TV. Yeah, so.
There's different things that set these off. That's why I like this guy though. Yep. This guy doesn't go off from EMF.
And
so,
the closer it is, the more crazy it goes.
Yep. But this is harder to interfere with. Yeah. Whereas like something like this, I mean, you put it like a strong electronic near it, it can f with it. It has to be pretty close.
That's why whenever we actually see that go to like full red, it freaks me the out.
Yeah, because like this, how do you interfere with this?
It just kind of shows me that when that goes nuts, I mean, something has moved.
Yeah.
Something that you can't see, which is always gives me chills.
Yeah.
Every single time.
We have this rope around us. It's basically like an EMF reader, but it's a bunch of different little sections.
Oh, nice.
In rope form.
It's like a proximity rope.
Yeah. What's the secret? Is that you, Joshua?
I would have loved to have been here for this.
Yeah. Big circle.
Questions and then read some stories.
Sure.
There was a little flicker
just went
on the
up here.
ropes.
On both sides.
Okay. Joshua, is that you?
So what had happened up to this point?
So at this point, nothing had really happened. I don't think.
You heard some noise outside, out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were lots of noises outside and some hissing, I think.
Yeah, there was hissing out in the hallway, but there was nothing big.
Yeah.
Like nothing insane. We were on edge because it was a scary room.
And also, it was really f***ing hot upstairs.
Very hot, and there's apparently a demon upstairs and a bunch of dead kids. So, not very fun. And then this happens.
Oh, dude, look at the way you jolt when it bangs.
That was single-handedly the loudest sound to this day I've ever heard in anything we've ever done. This door right here at the end of the room goes to the attic behind the fireplace. So it has the chimney. Behind that chimney is where Joshua's dead body was found.
Yeah. Also, let me remind you that we were all filming in separate rooms at the same time.
Nobody was in this room. Yeah. And we confirmed it because there was security cameras of everything. There's nobody in that room.
Can you please go back to your reaction though?
Yeah.
Joshua, is that you?
Like, dude, you see my whole body jump.
Straight after Eddie says, Joshua, is that you?
Nah, that.
It is.
Why is that okay? We're all trying to get out at this point. Like, you can see, I'm crawling over Eddie. Alana is saying, it's okay, it's okay.
See this?
That is fear. And it's pure form.
Yeah, that's fear. That's we have to get out of this room right now. And we found out that door's actually one way, right? And it has to open inwards. It was like someone was trying to run against the door and push it out towards us to get out. And I mean, that room was the room where the little kid was and his body was thrown.
Yep.
And it sounded like someone was trying to break the door down.
It's the worst room in the house.
But straight after Eddie says, Joshua, is that you?
And then bang.
We uploaded all of the security footage, and all the comments were even like, no one saw anything on the other side of
Like
that
8
door.
hours on the members of raw security footage of the entire house.
There was nothing in that room.
See for yourself, you know?
That's Joshua.
Dude. No, man.
That's Joshua.
No.
He's shy.
No.
No, bro. No. No, man. I don't want to be here anymore, dude. Like,
No, we have to.
There was no drafts. There was no wind.
Well, a lot of the time when we're in places that have air conditioning, I think about that because air conditioning turning off and on usually will like change the air pressure in the doors and windows will suck in. When it turns on, this place was chronically unair conditioned.
It had nothing.
It was so f***ing hot in this building.
Just in this frame, you could see how sweaty everybody
No,
was.
and nobody wanted to investigate upstairs because it was that hot. It was in Texas, no air conditioning.
And this wasn't like a knock on the side of a wall or anything like that. This was like someone throwing their weight against the wall.
Yeah, into
It was
a door that
from
won't
what
open.
you've said about it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine.
it's just okay. Listen, people are gonna say that shit is rigged. I'm telling you right now, the other boys are in a room downstairs.
No one came up here, right?
I didn't even hear it.
All the security cameras too.
We have all
Same
the security cameras
timestamps, by the way.
showing
If you check the.
Yup.
same time. You know what? They're probably with us.
I don't think so.
No, that was a knock on the other side of that door.
That was on the other side of that door. Like, the door moved.
You can tell when, like, look at that, dude. When Eddie gets his 1,000-yard stare, that's when you know.
Yeah, when you're done.
It's funny because all he's looking at is a wall.
Yeah. He's looking at nothing.
He's looking at a blank wall with nothing on it. Like, listen, we just have to finish the investigation. Josh, we can't leave yet. Okay,
This is
we
like
gotta
peak
stay.
Eddie flight mode right now.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Molly's in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And yeah, it was dead silent because we were talking to Molly and we were blindfolded and everything like that.
Nothing was happening for us.
But I didn't hear the bang.
I didn't hear the bang either.
Which is insane. This was so
Yeah,
loud.
me and Josh are literally just down here in this room listening to Molly spout words out of a bathtub. With how loud that was upstairs, we didn't hear anything.
Didn't hear a thing.
That was number 4. That was the single loudest noise I've ever heard during an investigation.
Yeah.
Like,
It was also, it's another one of those moments that you can't explain because there is no way anyone was in that room.
no.
There was no knock.
There was nobody, 100%, no electronics, no air conditioning.
No wind, no nothing.
Yeah.
Speaking of bad moments for you,
Number 3 is the time that Juicy got put in a straitjacket and got locked alone in a Sam and Colby video. This is also probably one of your most scariest moments.
I would say this is my scariest moment.
Everything on this list has involved you, man.
Yeah, this was like probably one of the worst moments of my life. I made a whole video where I talk about this for like 2 hours, I think.
I was about to say, out of all, we've had a lot of different moments and scary moments with these investigations. Probably this was the moment where I've never seen you so serious and your face had no color.
It's worth mentioning that this is not on the boys' channel. This was on Sam and Colby's channel. We did a collab with them when they came to Australia in the asylum, and they'd kept something extra special to punish one of us with, and Juicy drew the short straw. And this one's a little bit unique because Juicy alone went through it. So no one else can really talk on it. We had all had our own rooms in a hotel, so we'll book out like 5 or 6 rooms depending on how many staff. And on this particular night, Juicy came and stayed in my room.
So did Eddie.
Yeah,
We all carried our mattresses to Josh's room.
yeah. And
Had a big slumber party. None of us could go to sleep alone.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're never one to like joke or make up. Well, you are one to joke, but you weren't joking after this.
No,
I
dude.
remember looking into your eyes and being like,
I was like, I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely.
Yeah.
So this is Sam. This guy's evil. And also, there's this other guy who's kind of like a dark version of Sam that follows him around, who's Colby, and he's evil too. And they got a genuine straitjacket from this insane asylum and threw me in a basement. There I am.
There you are.
The straitjacket by Balenciaga, by the way. There's the EMF reader tucked in between my arms.
You had the rope around you.
Yep.
We had various cat balls. We had a EMF reader on the stairs.
There's a REM pod.
Oh, REM pod.
You were just surrounded by things that basically would scare the shit out of you. They started flashing.
And there's a REM pod over here past what I consider to be the most alarming, scary thing in the basement is narrator's fingerless gloves.
Yeah.
Right there.
I also think, from my point of view in this situation, you seemed fine. You were like, oh, you're gonna be
Well, I
down
didn't
there.
think it would be that bad.
You're gonna be down there for 30 minutes on your own. You're in a straitjacket. We've also all done parts of videos where we've been alone. We know what it's like.
Yeah, I knew what it was like. But the straitjacket, for the audience, it was actually tied up. Like, one of the concerns was if something happened, I wouldn't be able to get out of the basement because these stairs back here are like stone cut stairs and I can't go up them without my hands.
They were very short too.
Yeah.
So like you had to tiptoe your way up.
Yeah, so if I had something happened, I wasn't able to get out of that basement.
You were also left in pitch black.
Yes.
There was no lights.
I couldn't see anything.
The only lights are from the rope.
Yeah.
Let's get started. He's done enough. Oh, thanks. Bananas. Yeah. Give him a kissy. Hope your nuts don't get itchy. Oh, thanks, man. Oh.
Did they? I had bigger fish to fry, dude. I don't even think I would have noticed if my nuts were itchy.
God, it just looks creepy too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We all leave you.
No, there's a REM pod over here, and this is the only camera in the basement propped up right there. Now, the thing about this basement, the context that you get by watching the full Sam and Colby video, this basement, they had prisoners come in and cut out this basement with pickaxes and shit, right? And obviously, prisoners, if you shove them in a dark room by themselves and give them weapons, they're gonna kill each other. So there was a couple instances of murder in the basement. A lot of bad energy, okay? Yeah, it's yep. It's kind of rude, dude. How did you do that, dude? I don't have boobs. Someone just take the marker away. I don't look like that. You people are sick, dude.
Why did you give us markers?
Anyone in the basement, I did not mean to disturb you. Sorry about my friends and my loudness.
Quick, can I talk about what happened when we let you go down there?
Yeah.
So this asylum wasn't one building. It was more like a tiny town. There was an assortment of different buildings. And Juicy was in one building and we were probably like,
Couple buildings away. I couldn't hear you guys.
It took us 5 minutes to walk there.
yeah,
Oh, we were running.
a couple hundred yards away, I would say. And in the interest of safety, we wanted to make sure if it actually got really bad and you freaked out, we wanted to get you out of there. So we had one of the staff members from the asylum
screaming distance.
within screaming distance,
Yeah,
just
they
sitting up
weren't-
there.
Yeah, they weren't like in there with me. They were within, if I screamed, then they can hear me distance.
They were near like upstairs and towards the door.
Okay.
So like they couldn't with you.
But we didn't want anyone like in the building where they could make noise and I could think it's them.
Yeah.
So we needed them within screaming distance, but not making noise distance. Okay, right there. So off to the side here is this hallway with a REM pod in it. And I had asked specifically for that REM pod to go off and it went off. Okay, now the Sam and Colby video, they, it's a YouTube video, so they edit it down a lot. But in the video where I talked about it, there's a lot of stuff that was cut out of this just for the sake of pulling the video together and stuff like that, obviously. Yeah. And that REM pod went off. That was terrifying. Okay, so
Wait, what did you say?
I heard somebody over there. It's that room that we kept hearing things, and so I asked whoever was over there to come into the room. And to do that, they had to cross through the doorway and walk over the REM pod. Okay? And it did. I asked and it did.
Is that the reaction of that happening right
that's
there?
the reaction of that. I asked, I look over there, I'm like, come into the room, whoever's over there, I want to talk to you. And then beep, 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 beep. And I'm like,
It's always fun when like we ask a question
and it instantly
happens.
Yeah.
But like that's our whole intent of being there. But when it happens every time, we're
when I get the result that I want.
Yeah.
So I think the worst part about being down here at this point was I had said a few things and I almost always got a direct response on this little EMF here.
Ooh.
Right? At this point, it was the REM pod and the EMF. I was getting like a lot of like direct responses with that.
Yeah.
And I'm tweaking, right? It's pitch black. I'm all alone.
We're in the other room.
Yep.
You see him? Oh, wait. This person can see him at the same time?
Oh shit. That would wig me out.
Could you do that again, what you're doing right now?
Dude, it sucks, dude. It's basically a ghost just being like, just like rubbing my chest, dude. Or he's giving me a big old hug. That's terrible. And there's so many instances of that, just direct response.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh no.
I remember you saying
So
that.
I swear, here at this point, I'm like, I swear I just heard something behind me. I kept looking in this corner, and something I do, and I've seen Josh do it before, is I will, in these scenarios, just really quickly look at like a hallway you normally just wouldn't want to look at.
Yeah.
Just in case. This is like a dark hallway, and I'm like,
Not even for the video, just because we want to see
wanna see
something.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I kept looking over here, and I'd look over my shoulder this way, but I never brought myself to be able to turn and look over here
Because you were scared?
because I was scared.
You could feel something there.
Yeah, because it felt like there was somebody in that corner. And throughout this whole time down here, the worst part was there was almost this like whispering, but it was raining, it was stormy outside. So there was like this water dripping noise, but there's this noise like kind of under it, right? And it was just about a little bit quieter than the rain dripping. Then eventually it was about the same volume as the rain dripping. It was just like this whispering noise. And there was a moment when I was down here, it's not in the video, where I get really excited because I thought it was you guys. And I hear this whispering. Once it got louder than the rain, and I couldn't make out words, but I could make out this whispering. It sounded like you specifically, And I got excited because I'm like, they're gonna come and prank me. Right? Like,
We were nowhere near you.
and I'm like, dude, they're planning something. They're right outside the metal bar f***ing windows or whatever. They're planning something. They're gonna come down and it was all a big
And it's
prank.
over.
Yeah, and it's over.
Meanwhile, we're still in the other building. Colby's in the SS method.
And there was a point where I realized, oh, it's not the boys. There's something whispering
That would have been
in
a
me.
that would have been a spine-chilling realization.
Yeah. And that's what really got me. And there was a few
God,
little...
hearing voices behind you, thinking it's us, and then realizing that it's not us.
Terrible.
That'd be the worst feeling.
And beforehand, I'd gotten a little squeeze on my shoulder on this side. It was almost like this, like that, like a.
That's not what I want in the basement.
And I like literally jump up out of my chair, and I just could not bring myself to look all the way over here.
I think it's very important to point out that while you're going through that, we started talking about you here.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is really weird.
That's when the ghosts were like, he's in danger. We see him. We're going to get him. And I went,
I was. Yeah.
Watch this part, man.
You want people to understand you by making them feel the pain that you felt.
I don't care.
Are you trying to cause him pain right now?
Do you see this in the dark?
Oh, he is. He's in pitch black.
My heart is beating out of my chest. There's so many horrible noises down here.
Oh, you looked over.
I couldn't like turn all the way around though. I couldn't bring myself to do it. Because what I was looking at then was there was a jail cell.
yeah, there was the cells there.
So over my shoulders, there's that like kind of like corner area, the dark corner. But before that, there's that little, remember the little jail cell on the wall?
It had a mannequin in it too.
Yeah, and I kept looking over there, that mannequin, dude. All the haunted places, stop putting mannequins in the building. All right, you're all sick in the head.
Are you coming towards us or coming towards Juicy?
That was you. Could you interact? It was. Oh my god.
I think it's a good example because you can't move. How are you setting it off and then stopping it?
And it was always like instant responses when I was
That
out
thing
there.
has gone crazy.
You don't look like a funny, wacky, juicy, silly dog moment there.
Oh, I didn't want to be there, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
We're all there.
We're all there.
Oh my god, dude, what? What the
Oh, you're so serious in this moment.
Hey, dude, like,
It's not the worst case scenario.
can any of you think of a way that this situation could be worse? Maybe if I got my head chopped off or something, or a ghost shot me with a ghost gun, but...
I automatically envisioned where it's slowly zooming out on you, and all of a sudden imagine if your chair just went and you just got sucked back
Yeah,
towards
it's
the
like
stairs.
zoomed out, a ghost was doing the Charleston in the corner or something. That's the only way it could get worse, but... Oops.
constant heavy footsteps to the left. I swear to you.
Yeah, so the constant heavy footsteps was actually something that we brought up earlier in the video.
Yeah.
That was in that room to the left where I put the REM pod. And remember the guy was doing the tour guide, and we kept cutting him off, and he was stopping because we kept hearing like, it was literally like
Steps,
Out of all the places we've been to, this was probably one of the most memorable for me anyway.
Yeah.
Because we've had like the door closing, the f***ing kid we saw. This was the worst, bro.
Also, as like creators, like collaborating with them and them being in their video, and at the end being like, that was really good. I wish we caught that for our video.
Yeah. And this is when you guys come back and get me.
Come on, Juicy!
So this is how far we had to run. This is how far away he was.
Yeah, so like obviously anyone watching, anything I heard wasn't them.
Yeah.
There was literally 0%. I could not, even if you guys yelled, I probably wouldn't have been able to hear you.
No way.
I'm in like a stone cut basement.
If you thought about it like cul-de-sac and like neighborhood wise, we were about 3 blocks from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally didn't feel comfortable telling us what happened.
Like, tell us, and you're like, I want to get out first. That's the priority.
Yeah, so they asked me as soon as they came down, like, what happened? I'm like, I'm not gonna talk about it down here. 'Cause I had this constant feeling of like, I don't want to acknowledge
what was there.
what was there. Yeah.
The more you acknowledge, the more power it gets.
Exactly, and I felt like that's what it wanted. So I'm like, I just got to get out of here.
Well, hang on real quick. I just wanted to like, because I don't know if you remember, I was like really kind of wigging out watching the way you were explaining this. And the way you explained it to me at the time was that you heard like slow build up of whispering.
It got
And you
louder.
said that as soon as you heard one discernible word,
Yeah.
you were out of there.
Yeah.
And you were just waiting for it to
Yeah.
say hello, to basically make contact.
Yeah, because it started with the low whisper, and then it got to the point where it was kind of audible. I couldn't make out the words, but I could definitely hear it. And I'm like, oh, it's the boys. And then I'm like, it's not the boys. And then eventually the whispering towards the end got to this point where it was like, where it sounded like someone was trying to kind of enunciate at me. And yeah, there was a point where once I hit that, I'm like, if I hear one solid thing,
Like an actual word.
I don't care if I like break my neck trying to get up the stairs, I'm f***ing gone. Like I'm getting out. And I was waiting for that moment. And then you guys ran down. Thank
This is the closest to traumatized I've ever seen
I
you.
was sitting there and I felt this on my shoulder, like that, like a quick pinch. I kept hearing breathing, like heavy breathing, and then the REM pod went off. My threshold for getting out of there was pretty high, and I was about to just figure out a way to go the up the stairs.
When you stood up, you were really pale.
I felt literally too scared to even acknowledge him. If you boys would have came down in like the next couple minutes, I was gonna get out of there.
It's funny because the video kind of glosses over it, but you came out of that as like, I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life.
When I went back home after this video, like, and saw my friends and explained this to them, they still bring it up to this day.
Yeah.
Like whenever a new person comes around, my friends will be like, yo, tell them that one story you told me. All the time.
This footage right here is like half an hour after you got out of there, so you looked normal again.
Yeah.
But you were like white.
Dude, the f***ing straight jacket I was in was just wet. Like I pissed it. Somehow pissed my straight jacket, you know? That's what it felt
Probably
like. It was
happens all the
soaking
time
wet.
in those sorts of
I
places.
don't know how you piss a straight jacket, but yeah, there's number 3.
Is it, would you rank that as your...
That's easily my scariest moment. 100%. I don't know how it could get much worse, personally, but...
Oh, you can. We'll find a way.
Don't say that.
All right, so waiting for this. Yep.
Most haunted part of this video, number 2. The second most haunted, most unexplainable instance we've ever had, I'd say.
I'm excited because I don't think me or Juicy have ever seen this yet.
At the time of recording this video is not out yet. Me and Josh went to South Australia's most haunted location in the entire state. It's called the Kabunda Hotel, and essentially it's just a pub that is still working. It still operates as a normal pub. And this boys' trip, we're taking Narita and Juicy to go explore it and experience it how me and Josh did.
We're going to take you here, big guy.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're going. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to Kabunda.
Tomorrow in real lifetime.
Yeah. One of the main important things I should say is we did this video on Halloween.
Oh, that's so cool.
Like the actual day. We pulled up to Kabunda, there were kids in like ghost.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We think they were kids.
They're ghosts.
There was like kids dressed up for Halloween, but me and Josh spent the whole night there, and we got the tour, we explored the place, and then we went to a part of the hotel, and it is called the Hallway to Hell.
That's terrible.
You'll see tomorrow, half of the hotel looks like a proper business. And then you go through this hallway, and it is just the most run down, it looks condemned part of the hotel. And at the end is one room where they say one of the main spirits resides.
Yeah.
You know what sucks is that you guys have been there, which means tomorrow. I wonder who's going to have to walk down the
I was
hallway.
about to say they know where the worst spots are, and they're gonna send us.
Me and Josh did not intend for this to happen. He literally popped the gator, and this part of the hotel has no electricity. It's f***ing run down. There's no lights.
So if you could imagine, to me, I was trying to imagine a spirit or an energy, like for example, being Mully. Mully standing here in the room, it'd be nothing, 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 nothing. Here it's working, nothing, it's here, and I was testing it, right? There's something in the spot here, and then we'd say, can you move over here? And then I put it here, and it wouldn't work anymore. And then I'd go over and put it where I told it to go to, and it was working there. And that's kind of how it started coming together.
It led us to the end room.
Well, it led us
into multiple rooms, but ultimately the end destination was the end room.
Really?
Yes.
At the end of the hallway?
Yes.
To hell.
It was really shocking at first because I was like, I don't think I've ever seen this done before.
We'd never done it before.
Yeah.
Should we play some of it? Right, we're going to go down into the hallway. I think we've lost him. Oh, hang on. I got a little something.
So it's not going off at all.
Is this the way you want us to go?
It was, look at it flashing.
Yeah. But when you pointed the other way when you came out, it didn't flash at all.
Was there a part, was this the part, or was it like, did it start earlier in the bedrooms when we were like kind of...
That's when you were talking to it, and we're talking to it around the bed, but this is where you actually went out and figured out, oh, I'm following something.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
It's hard red.
It's hard red.
Yeah.
Again, no electricity, nothing can interfere with
Well,
it.
I'm sure they would literally cut the power to that part of the building.
You usually get like hard reds, like I'm throwing it against a TV, I'm not even getting
Yeah,
that.
you're against it.
You know, holding it doesn't do anything either.
No.
So him holding it like that.
Doesn't make it go off.
Like if I had a microwave to get a hard red, it needs to be up against the microwave.
I don't even think putting like your phone against. No. I mean, these ones too are a bit harder to. Yeah, if you put your phone right at the top, yeah. But like,
you have to be right on it.
Yeah. And it's just solid red, no electricity in that part of the building.
This was the weird thing is, it doesn't stay like that.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing you move it in a different direction and then it just
Goes
cuts.
off and on.
The energy moves.
Oh, I don't like that.
Look, nothing.
Yeah, look at that. That's insane.
Yep.
Right there.
Whoa.
There's something.
Like, that's
here.
nuts.
Did that shit staying on for like
Yeah.
2 seconds?
What the f? It's like there's like.
We were trying to
pockets
debunk
of
it like live,
It's
dude.
literally
Yeah.
like we're
You know?
coming into someone's room.
He's not holding a
and
phone,
find
nothing like.
exactly where they are.
For it to go
Up
off
here,
all the way
it's
like that
moving.
too.
It's so cold in this room.
And I'm trying to track it, you know?
Yeah, and then the REM pod
with
is
this
just going
hotel?
off immediately right when
What is
you're
with this hotel?
right when the radar is telling you that they're in
Spicy
there.
room. So what he just did when he pressed the button is he zeroed it.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you standing right?
Which
here?
basically calibrates it for when it's on.
Look at that.
It's insane.
They're going off in sync.
What the f?
We calibrated the REM pod, it kept going crazy, and then he holds the lamp over it and it was just red.
So the idea, by the way, with calibrating the REM pod is if you put it in a spot and I don't know, it's tilted, or if there's some condition that's making it just go off, if you zero it, that condition should become the baseline. It shouldn't go off.
Yeah.
It's us resetting it to make sure that it's not doing false positive.
So zeroing it should make it not go off if it's going off consistently, unless something's actually messing with it.
I'm super excited to go here now.
Oh, I can't wait for you guys to see this.
Alright, dude.
Look at that. What the
We
f?
have to come back here sometime. Right in that spot.
Literally max. And the REM pod too. That's my favorite when 2 different measurement devices go off. And they measure different things.
It gets
better.
Last room, it actually moved all the way around. And once it moved past a spot, it wasn't in that spot anymore, see? So it's like an orb in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
It's here.
Off.
Yeah.
He moves it to
chair?
another part of the room, it's off.
If you can hear me.
And remember, the
move
REM
to
pod's not
certain areas
measuring
of the chair.
EMF.
Listen, I was just told it to sit down.
Yeah. And it instantly goes off.
I don't even know what to ask anymore. Hang on, let's go
The
back.
ghost in the middle of the room is like, okay. Yeah, all right.
Oh my
Nothing.
god.
Can you sit in the chair?
Uncut.
If you can hear me, move into the
This is one take,
chair.
yeah. No cuts in that.
What the f? Dude, he literally like, okay, and just sat down in the chair.
I don't even know what to
Your face is nuts. That's insane.
I don't know.
What?
What is going on in here?
Can you sit on the chair again?
Been a direct.
Just show us that you're really here.
Bruh.
What?
And also, by the way, every single piece of that footage was one.
Yeah, that was one take.
Yeah.
Just lead us. Oh shit, that's red. Oh, it was red just before. Is this the way you want us to go? Can you touch it if you want us to head down here?
Yep, follow me.
Can you touch it a little more?
Can you touch if you want us to head down there?
Oh,
Look at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's literally
We're
max.
coming. Yeah, there was more stuff before of us like doing it around down the hallway specifically.
I've never even seen the lamp go off like that.
Yeah, no.
But like I'd walk through the hallway, right? It'd be going off all through the hallway, like bang, 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 bang. And then if I went backwards, it wasn't going off in that spot anymore. It was
literally moving
literally
forward.
like following the lamp.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was very cool. But yeah, that was that. Following that lantern, that was really crazy.
I'm sure, especially you being in that scenario where you're like, all right, well, I got the touch now. I guess I just have to.
Yeah, it was.
You're the guy.
You have to lead everybody into the dark.
I was a little bit worried because I was like, I've never followed something before, and I don't know what the intentions are or anything like that. It's always kind of been like, make that flash or make that flash. This was actually something like saying,
hey, come here, follow me.
which made me a little worried. Oh shit. Are they leading us into the hallway again? Holy f***.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Look how crazy it's going, man.
It looks so cool with all the lights
Is this
off
where you
too.
want us to go?
This has never been.
You can see you moving it around too to figure out where where it wants you to go.
You moved it to the left, nothing. Moved it to the right, it's going off crazy.
Yeah. You want us to go this way? Alright, we're following your...
Crazy,
Signal.
dude.
Yeah.
Look, it's like going almost all the way up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
That's so weird.
This is like, I feel like this is the first time me and Josh have captured something, you know? Like we've done a lot of these videos, but this has never happened.
This was a great experience, but that was not the only thing that happened in that house. There was some other stuff that I'm really looking forward to showing you guys.
Perfect.
Like the balcony.
The
was
balcony where this kid got pushed off, dude, we were having crazy activities.
We were kind of done with the video, and then this started happening, and we was.
Yeah, it sucks when stuff like this happens. It's happened a couple times. When stuff like this happens at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
and the shoot's almost over. Because I'm like, I just want to stay here and keep investigating. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember at the Conjuring house, we stayed investigating until the sun was completely up.
Yeah.
Because we just didn't want to end.
Too much going on.
Crazy.
It was very interesting, very cool.
Never seen that before.
That's awesome.
No, it was really weird to experience in the moment.
Wow.
Are you suggesting this place is haunted?
I'm suggesting that the hallway to hell is in fact
Hallway to Hell on Halloween at 4:30 in the morning.
Is haunted?
Yeah.
So this final clip is at the St. Augustine Lighthouse, and this was a lot of stuff happened, but this particular point is what really spooked, I would say, all of us, like to the max. This moment is where I was getting myself into the Estes method.
you were in deep.
You were balls deep in that thing.
I think we had you in it for a long time too. It was
Yeah.
like 45 minutes or something. So I had, and this is important for what we're about to discuss, this FLIR thermal camera. So FLIR, they're like leading thermal camera people. You plug it into your phone. This was the first time we'd used it as well. We never used a thermal camera before this, I don't think. And I wasn't looking at it like on my screen. I just had it recording and I just kind of had it propped up on my leg like this, pointing that way. Just recording into the hallway, not really paying attention to it.
So at this moment in time, we got in the Estes method. Things got really weird because normally when we're in Estes method, we'll get like a word every couple of minutes or so. It went, in my experience, I didn't know that I was answering your guys' questions like on the spot.
It was a direct response.
But it was like, for me, I was getting a lot of responses very quickly.
And they all made sense, man. It was like I was talking to something through.
Yeah, and this is the fun part.
Something's in here.
Something's in here though.
God, I feel like shit's just gonna start like f***ing going crazy. What?
Right there. So if you saw that, I'll roll it back here for you.
Hey, if I may, real quickly.
Yeah.
This was just to give a full everything that was going on. Narrator was giving us direct responses. He was blindfolded. He couldn't hear anything. It was all of us crowded together in a room. And Dose started talking about hearing things behind him and feeling breezes.
This is him, by the way. This is Eddie and Dose right here. In this shot, I was facing them, and I again couldn't see this thermal footage.
We didn't see this
until later.
Until we went home.
Yeah. So this wasn't like us reacting to the thermal. This was just recording thermal. We looked at it later, days later, when we went back home.
But the reason that we looked at it was because while all this stuff was happening, we had this was a really intense moment.
Yeah.
Because there was parts where we actually all jumped up and ran away. Narrator, because he's totally blind.
I didn't see anything. The moment you guys jumped up, I felt it on the floor.
Yeah. I think the best way I can describe this is if you've ever had a moment where narrator's talking, all the instruments are going off.
Yeah, we had one moment where every single thing
everyone's kind of yelling,
Yeah.
and it kind of gets to that point where you feel like something's just going to explode.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. Yeah.
And then boom, when Eddie f***ing jumped in, that was the bubble pop.
So we did have a moment where everything went off, but right around this time, I'm sitting here and Dose kept getting actually freaked out, genuinely freaked out because he heard someone behind him. And I'm sitting there facing Eddie and Dose, and I go slack-jawed, and Eddie looks at me and he's like, what the f***? Why do you look like that, basically? Like, what did you see? I wasn't saying anything because I didn't want to interrupt narrator. And I was like, dude, I just saw somebody overdose his shoulder.
Not through the thermal.
With my eyes.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking, I couldn't see the thermal, I wasn't looking at it. Over Dose's shoulder. It's a dark room, and I just saw the silhouette of a man. I say it's from the right side of the doorway, lean in and lean back over.
You said it real offhand, and we didn't really think of anything of it because we were just
we put it to the side, and later the night we just asked the staff, like, because there's 2 staff on site. We were like, did you try to come over? And they're like, no, we're staying in the office. It's late. I'm relaxing, you know?
Also, to put everyone in your perspective, the room is completely dark, but as you can see here, there's only a red light.
It was pointing inwards to the room as well.
So imagine all of the instruments are going off. Everything's getting a little bit rambunctious. I'm answering questions left and right. And in a very dark, pitch black dark room with only red lights, you see a person just
like this, overdose his shoulder in the doorway and then back over.
But do we have the footage of us discovering this? Yeah. I think go to that and then show this. Because we all got back to Eddie's house. Half the team went to sleep. And we were sitting upstairs in Eddie's house. And we were like, oh, remember that time Juicy said that he's seen someone leaning over? Hopefully he was pointing the thermal at it. I just, like I said, skeptic, wanted to know for sure, so I asked Juicy to come upstairs, and before I showed him the footage, I said, describe to me exactly what you've seen, because we've found a frame in the thermals.
And there's audio with the thermal, and the audio lines up with when I said it.
Yeah.
It looked like there was a figure behind you.
Yeah, it did look like it, right? I thought I saw it too.
Get it right.
Sorry. That was
Right there, I saw it. I saw it.
Sorry, that was my bad. Sorry. That was
Yeah, right there.
I'll go back a little bit. Right there.
It's like a clear.
Literally a person silhouette.
And there's doses. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, and then there's the door frame coming straight down. And that's, like Josh said, when he came and got me, first of all, he was freaking me out because I was like laying in bed and he came in kind of tweaking. And he's like, just describe to me what you saw. You didn't tell me that you caught it on camera. You asked me about that incident and you're like, describe to me exactly what you saw.
Jesse, have you seen any of the footage from the lighthouse? Mm-mm. All right, I need you to describe first what you saw exactly.
I saw someone lean from right to left behind Dose. And
what did it look like?
the upper half of somebody, a man.
See, like what the dude?
To this day, that still freaks me the out.
Ghost caught on camera. Like,
I honestly think, I feel like real ghost caught on tape, anything like that on YouTube is going to be bullshit. I think this is the closest thing.
Yeah.
I think the closest thing I've seen in my life.
Yeah.
Is that.
Not to suck my own dick, but this is the closest thing I've ever seen in real life. Like, this is insane. This is unexplainable completely.
Then you come get me.
Like Molly, and you're like, oh, Molly. Wait, can you rewind a little bit? Who sleeps like that, dude?
Gripping the wall. It's like you're sleeping in agony. Free me from this bed.
You're sleeping aggressively, dude. You do not look like you want to be woken up to be told we've seen a ghost. Your reaction is my favorite.
Probably another notable mention that we should make from this trip that I bring up to people a lot is the GoPro. The GoPro on the tea table corrupting.
Yeah.
Because we have the GoPro set to stop and start recording. Me and Eddie, the narrator, deep fried a GoPro.
Yep.
Until it exploded, basically.
And the footage was fine.
And the footage was fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Josh set to GoPro on a table that he kept hearing noises from that's supposed to be haunted, like a tea set.
While we were in there doing the Estes methods when I heard it.
He sets it there. It stops and starts recording, I think, like 8 times. And every one of them's corrupted and we cannot recover it.
And it was any camera down there. Because Mully was down there at the end of the video. All the clips are him just being like, why isn't this...
Beep cuts.
I think it just turned up.
The GoPro being corrupted? I don't know.
Insane. No, that actually is so
and the
crazy.
camera, I thought the battery was faulty.
That's the corrupted footage.
And
right?
I went home from this trip trying to research like military equipment to corrupt. How do you corrupt cameras like this? Like if somebody, let's say it was staged, like
well, GoPros are built to be thrown around. That was sitting on a desk.
Well, it was fine. All the footage before and all the footage afterwards.
Yeah.
It's just when it was on the tea set.
So we ran a recovery video repair. This is the recovered file.
This is what it came back
And
as.
that's it.
That's a ghost.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I think the interesting thing is a lot of the energy is coming up towards this area up here, right? And you have these two kind of like strange areas
right there
where the bulbs of energy are happening.
Yeah.
It's just the energy seems to be heading in this direction.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
well, you can see there's almost like hairs here.
oh, right over here?
Right there.
Yeah, if I just do some arrows.
They're
pointing.
actually on this side too. There's a couple like right over there.
Yeah.
Long story short, guys, we've had a lot of weird experiences, and I'm excited for more.
I think what would be cool is for you guys to put in the comments what you think is your top 5 most unexplainable moments from our videos.
Yeah.
I think it's also worth mentioning real quick because I know that there's some other moments that have come up that have been pretty crazy, but those are moments that we felt were explainable. There's some things where, like looking at footage afterwards, we've kind of thought, well, people could have had access to that area of the house or blah, blah, blah. These are ones that we don't have any explanation for. We just can't figure them out sort of thing. Got any honorable mentions?
I think for me, the honorable mention would be when we filmed that Sam and Colby video and you and Juicy went into the kitchen.
The sound, that was crazy.
That was crazy because we were filming on our phones, and this goes back to us just trying to see if shit will happen. Everyone was taking like a food break, and me and Josh went back into the prison, just recording our phones, and just tried to like catch some shit. So there's like this kitchen where the demons are, allegedly.
It was almost like a crash that we heard.
It sounded like somebody getting up from a metal chair really fast to come in. In the clip that I got, Josh literally goes like this. He goes, and then runs, dude. Like,
It's all right, Johnny. Yeah, I heard that.
Was it a creak?
Yeah. It's okay, Johnny. You can come out into the hallway.
Whoa! What the fuck? Dude.
That's probably my number one.
Yeah.
Honorable mention.
What's yours?
One of them was actually at the lighthouse as well when you and me were together, and we heard the singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you the woman that's been spotted at the top? Are you trapped here?
I know you're here. We went into the lighthouse.
Yeah.
And we kept hearing what sounded like singing
Oh.
and wind blowing.
Really?
Like as we were in there.
Wow.
So we tried to go up all the way to the top to try and chase it or see like, oh, maybe it's coming from the tip top. It wasn't.
Wow. Juice, what's your any other honorable?
Okay, it's a secret. If you guys want us to see us react to more of our top spookiest moments, because there's so many of them, comment down below also what you thought your top spooky moments were. And we also make hot sauce.
Yeah, go to hungryboy.food if you want to watch our scary haunted videos and relax while eating delicious sauce and popcorn.
Luigi.
Wah!
This is an actual picture of him holding his new baby.
Whoa. That's Eddie saying, look at my baby, Caron.
Yeah. Oh, it's a girl though, so
Yeah.
you gotta do the girl.
You gotta draw the legs way
Yeah,
longer.
yeah, the legs are gotta go like way out here. Nice.
Eddie, what's your? I don't know. They're all pretty spooky.
Good work, big guy.
Oh.
No! Great. Another kid growing up without a father.